the coach. You're locked into the NFL on EA Sports. Up next, we've got a good one on tap between the visiting Houston Texans and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I'll be back with you again with scores around the league at halftime. But kickoff right around the corner. And standing by to call the action, here are Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thanks. CA Sports coverage of the NFL has us on the west coast of the Sunshine State. Downtown Tampa's the spot, Raymond James Stadium. Just a short time ago, the Buccaneers emerging from their tunnel to the roar of this frenzied crowd here in the Sunshine State. And we're in the big ship, and fittingly, everyone here ready to do battle as Tampa Bay gets ready to match up with the Houston Texans. From up top, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles Davis, as always, with me as well. And CD, defenses better be on their toes in this one because we got two quarterbacks who love to throw the football, and they throw it very well.
Over 4,000 yards each in the previous season. So what you're saying is, if you're a defender, I hope you prepared properly. Hydrated, stretched, be on your toes, as you said, because the ball's coming your way.
The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Deshaun Watson ready to lead the Texans offense, coming off a great turnaround season in 2018. Remember, 2 years ago, he missed much of his rookie campaign with a knee injury, but he led the Texans to an 11-5 record and an AFC South title last year. The first carry now. This is Johnson. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. And let's take a look at the Texans offense.
Have no idea where they're putting in the food in the Martin household, but they've developed two terrific offensive linemen. Brother Zach, a perennial all-pro at guard with the Dallas Cowboys, but Nick, no slouch at center for the Houston Texans. He sets the tone for their offensive line. He's the pivot up front.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Here's Watson. And this one complete to Will Fuller. And able to get this one across before he's brought down. A big one there for the Texans, 18 yards. Now a first-time Pro Bowler from a year ago, Lamar Miller. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
This is Stills on the jet sweep, and that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14. 3rd and long. It's Watson. Man open. That's Kiki QT complete. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 43. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 43. Watson with a give to Miller. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Levante David, the Bucs leading tackler, 6 of the last 7 years in there to make the stop. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's 3rd down. From the gun, here's Watson. Dumping it off for Johnson. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a 1st down. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on 3rd down. They did.
Big-time pickup for them, and now I think the
touchdown, Houston. Will Fuller, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. A long opening drive, but a very successful opening drive. We call that methodical, I guess, when it takes that many plays.
Methodical and almost like a boxing match where you're hitting them with body blows. They can withstand them here. Look, they gave up the touchdown, but you don't feel like a knockout is there. But they keep doing that in the 4th quarter. That's when the knockout occurs.
And it becomes tough for that defense if they're on the field that long. We'll see if they can continue that in future drives. Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. And the Texans take a 7-0 lead. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And the result, a Houston touchdown. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. So here come the Bucs under their new head coach, Bruce Arians. They'll be led out by the only 6-time Super Bowl champion in league history. In his 20th season now, Tom Brady.
It's hard to be frustrated when you throw for nearly 400 yards, but I know he wanted to break that barrier. I think he got the pain eased a little bit when they named him NFC Offensive Player of the Week, though.
Yeah, when you get the award, you know you had the best week in the conference. You'll let it slide. But, hey, that number well within his range. You know he's got the arm to do it in this one. Now Brady dancing to his left. And now he's going to use his legs. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. 1st down, 18-yard gain. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Brady now to throw. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. An excellent pickup of 20 yards. To throw, it's Brady. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed. And his guys are going to take over at the 21. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
The holding penalty negates a good return as they'll start just past the 20. Watson going to give this one to Miller. Up past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. Watson in the offense going to come up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. This is Miller. They find some open field here. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 15 yards, the Texans pick up the 1st down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
From the 50, it's Watson. He's got Fuller. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup.
And another thing that makes a comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd and 12. 2nd and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards. Watson. And he's going to have the hook up to QT. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Give him 17 on the pickup there, and the Texans also get a new set of downs. Watson in the offense going to come up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. On the jet sweep, here comes Fuller. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, here's Miller. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
He finds his target, Fuller. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. You're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
So after a rare misstep on this drive, they'll try to make amends on 2nd and 15. To throw is Watson. Open man, the tight end falls. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Darren Fells, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Texans push further out in front. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. On for the PAT, Kaimi Fairbairn. And it's good to make it 14-0. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it results in the Texans finding the end zone. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Hard to believe, but the regular season starting to draw to a close. We've got the final Sunday night game of the year coming up later tonight. Matt Nagy and the Bears hosting his mentor, Andy Reid, and the Kansas City Chiefs. That'll be a good one from Frigid Soldier Field. And then tomorrow night, the final Monday night game of the year, Packers and Vikings from Minneapolis. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He finds his tight end, Howard. That's complete. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll send you cross-state to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have all the stats and all the scores from games going on during another busy Sunday in the National Football. Oh, he just needed to throw it away, but instead, out of bounds he goes, and that's a sack. And that's a loss of 7 on the first down play. Throwing on 2nd and long. Brady. Open man is Howard, the tight end. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 35. First down now, but the clock continues to move. And he finds finds Howard complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. Howard has the first down and then some. And did he get in? No, down at the 1-yard line. Another strong gain on the last two plays. They've moved to the combined 30. And he's got his tight end, Howard. It's a Buccaneer touchdown. O.J. Howard with touchdown number 8 on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. A lot of football, full half to be played. So that drive, 6 plays, 75 yards. And it ends with a touchdown for the Bucs. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Now comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
Pretty good results here on the first down run as he takes this forward for about 6. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. On second down and 4, Watson, and the catch made by Johnson. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. Watson now 11 for 11. Perfect in this opening half. It's 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Watson. Underneath for Johnson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. On first down, it's Watson. He's got his tight end. It's Fells. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando, it's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. The weather might be cold, but the playoff races are heating up here on this final Sunday before Christmas. So let's get to it. We'll begin our tour out at Nissan Stadium in Nashville. And it's the Titans on top as that one draws close to halftime. Corey Davis, a touchdown reception. From there, let's head to New Jersey. The Jets at home at MetLife Stadium. And they've got the lead in their matchup with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Sam Darnold with 3 touchdown passes. Finally, we're off to Atlanta. Check on the Falcons at home at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And they've got the lead in that ball game over the visiting Jaguars. Matt Ryan has a touchdown pass. In the game you're watching is Deshaun Watson, who is the star of the first half. His guys have the lead as we'll hand it back over to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the third quarter. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start in the third quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Looking back to the air on second down, it's Brady. That's caught by Howard. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. Give him 22 yards, and that's also where they snapped it from, the 22.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there, you know, kind of like put up in the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 45-yard line. To throw is Brady.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Cameron Brate, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game.
And that drive we just saw that culminated in a touchdown, exactly what many offenses are looking for. Sustained ones that can impose their will on the other team.
Gay is on for the point after. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it's all finished off with a touchdown by Tampa Bay. So all square here in this third quarter as the kick's away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. So here's the Texans offense now. They get set to start this third quarter. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan is showing you.
From the 27th, Watson. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Out of the gun, Watson. And this is caught by Fells, right side. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30.
He wasn't the primary target, but I A check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he could scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
Yeah, he was looking for the check-up bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. Tom Brady leads the offense out for their next possession. How do you think he personally is evaluating his game so far? He was pretty good in the first half, been good so far here in the third quarter. He's got to like it, right?
Not looking for the dramatics here. Not trying to set the world on fire in terms of stats. It's almost like you're driving. Hands at 10 and 2, alert for anything out there, watching for trouble on the road, and making sure you get the team home.
The bus driver. See if he can drive the bus here again on this drive. Here's Brady.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
Throwing again on second down. Brady. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now Brady. Buying time to his left. He can run for it, and he will.
Well, that's a nice job right there. He's looking downfield, but with no one open, he takes off and tries to run for it. He gets to the sidelines and gets out of bounds with a first down.
Here's Brady to throw. And break. The tight end's got it. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A good pick up there of 20 yards. Throwing on first down is Brady. Steps, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Brady being chased out left. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Now Brady. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Well, you don't usually get a sack from a nose tackle spot, but we got one there.
No, we don't, and a lot of the times in passing situations, they end up off the field anyway. So how happy was he to work his way back to the quarterback and put him on the ground? He's going to put a nickname after something like that, some big jelly or something like that.
And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. And he's got his tight end, Howard. It's a Buccaneer touchdown. O.J. Howard, his 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Bucs have taken the lead.
I know we often laugh, and sometimes we even exalt the guys who are great trash talkers and give us some really funny lines. But the bottom line is absolute production on the field. His 2nd touchdown of the game, and they lead.
And now they'll be looking to their defense to preserve that lead. Here's Gay now to add the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. A 10-play drive that time, and it ends with a touchdown for the Bucs. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. Let's go. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Back now in Tampa. It's Texans football, but they trail here as we get started in the 4th quarter. In 2018, Deshaun Watson had 5 fourth-quarter comebacks. Only Drew Brees of the Saints had more with 6. On second down, it's Miller. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
It's complete to Fuller. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Now it's Watson. Fells has it left side. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 23 yards, the final tally. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 36. Here's Watson. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. He was looking that time for Stills, and now it's 2nd down. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Watson. Going to get this to his rookie. That's Andy Isabella. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 14.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Duke Johnson with touchdown number 8 on the year, as they can now even this game here in the 4th quarter with the extra point. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
And here it's just a simple question of whether or not the ball broke the plane. Well, I said it's simple. It's not really that simple. This could be really complicated.
We would love for it to be simple, to know that it did actually cross the plane of the goal line. But as you described, it is a difficult call. All it takes is a portion of the ball crossing that line. Now the officials have to determine if that happened.
Touchdown, Houston.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side.
Let's get that ball here. Let's get that ball right.
2nd down and goal. Watson to the goal line, but it's incomplete. They were searching for the tight end, Darren Fells. But now it's 3rd and goal. This Tampa Bay defense, they held strong on the first 2 plays. Now 3rd and goal. From the gun, here's Watson. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Darren Fells, a beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game, as they can now even this game here in the 4th quarter with the extra point. No surprise there, 3rd and goal down here. That's where they're going to look for their tight end.
Yeah, you want that big guy running his routes because it doesn't matter who they cover him with. If it's another big guy, he might use his bulk against him. If it's a shorter defender, might go over the top. Either way, you tend to find a little bit of a mismatch in that area.
A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
Forced out to his left. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And they will score a pick pick six for the Texans TD. In a tie game, fourth quarter, that's about as big of a defensive play as you can possibly make.
And it didn't happen by accident. That was scouting right there. They've seen things that have happened before. They knew in certain situations the type of plays they like to run, read it, and were able to go after the football, get it, and take it into the end zone for a touchdown for themselves.
Fairbairn now to add the extra point. And it's good. That makes it a 28-21 game. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Now the Buccaneers offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And they gave up the pick six, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful, because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down.
What we got? Sugar!
Looking to throw again on second down. Brady. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Brady's throw there complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last two plays. And two big plays. Oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Zach Cunningham with a pick. And this results in 6. Touchdown.
Touchdown, baby.
Little bit of a backbreaker right there. You're down close, one-score game, trying to push the ball down the field and score, and you throw a pick six.
And sometimes you take a little bit of a gamble when you're making your throws, right? Sometimes you press it a little bit more than maybe you wanted to because you want that score so badly. In this case, it cost them.
On for the PAT, Kaimi Fairbairn. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This fielded at the 2. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. Tom Brady in the offense. Down by 2 touchdowns. Under 1:20 to go. They're going to need a Christmas miracle to pull this one out as they've got it 1st and 10. Dancing to his left. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. This is caught at the 20. And he'll be down deep into Houston territory. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining. Brady now on 1st down. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll get it with just a shade under a minute to go in the game. Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12. Brady going to throw. This into the hands of his running back, Ronald Jones. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Throwing now is Brady. And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, you get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
Gay is on for the point after. And that'll cut the lead down now to a touchdown. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it's all finished off with a touchdown by Tampa Bay. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. So still a small chance here with a little over 30 seconds to go, but they're definitely going to need this one to bounce their way. And this will be recovered by the Texans. So victory appears to be in sight. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Wow, a personal foul at this stage in the 4th. Hard to believe.
Really hard to believe, and now that glow of hope that you had begins to flicker out, doesn't it?
Yep. Down to a knee goes Watson, and that should just about do it for this ball game.
Partner, they took a knee to finish this one off. To me, that's the only thing they lost in the 4th quarter. How about that comeback?
Yeah, trailed coming into the last frame. Got it done, taking the knee. A great come-from-behind victory in this one, Charles. And really the difference, obviously, was that 4th quarter. They dominated.
And it has to start with believing that you can make that comeback. Because we've been in games before. We've done games where you can just look at one team and realize they have no chance of making it back. Not in the one we just saw here. They did it, and they did it well.
So for Houston, their hopes of a 500 season stay alive as they move to 7-8 now on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Buccaneers, they'll be guaranteed a finish of no better than 500 as they drop to 7-8. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.